I did not jump it. I did not jump it. Yes, I did not jump it. They came to my house just to kill me, to kill me.
Did not jump it.
And the Igbo man did not jump it. Your own Nigerian army just to see me there. Oh, your own court said a defendant did not jump bail. Defendant did not jump bail. I need my witnesses in court to testify in Abuja. Oh, your own court ruling my lord, he did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run. Igbo man must not jump your bail. Your own court, my lord, said that he did not jump bail. My lord, my lord, my lord. I don't know why my case should be contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria, Constitution of United Nations.
Extradition from Kenya.
Your own court, my lord, I am dead already, yes, dead already. The only thing that can bring me back is Biafra.
Designation.
This life is meaningless without freedom, real freedom.
Biafra.
African man,
Freedom. Designation.
Biafra. Oh, rise up like the rising sun, Nigeria, Nigeria, divide peacefully. Referendum,
Let them go.
referendum. Now is African man, freedom. Oh, Nigeria, your own court ruling, my lord, my lord. Your own court, my lord, I did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run. Real man no jump bail. Why thou prosecute me, my lord? Why persecute an innocent man, my lord? There is God, oh yes, there is a God. The whole world is watching. I did not jump bail. Yes, I did not jump bail. Jump bail. Jump bail. They came to my house to kill me, to kill like Lagos. Lekito get style, Lekito get style. Nigerian army came to kill me, just to see me dead. Oh, I saw it, I saw it.
I saw you say.
Defender,
Self-defender. Did not jump it.
I did not jump bail.
Stand tall, I stand firm.
To defend myself, Nigeria, obey your own court order. I did not jump the bail. They came to kill, oh, extra rendition.
Extra rendition.
I did not jump your bail. I did not jump your bail. Yes, there is God. The whole world is watching. I did not jump it. Yes, I did not jump it.
Jump it.
They came to my house to kill me, to kill like Lagos. Like it all gets started.
Make it all get style. Make it all get style.
Nigerian army came to kill me, just to see me there.
Oh, I saw it.
Beside
I saw it.
the defender, self-defender.
Yeah, jump it.
I did not jump it. I stand tall, I stand firm. defend myself. Nigeria, obey your own court order. I did not jump the bait. They came to kill love. Extra rendition. Extra rendition. I did not jump your bed.
Mommy, you did not jump, Belle. You did not.
I did not jump your bed.
Oh, 4,998 gone in 1 year. Been burned 85 in a week. The world's still clear. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains. No soldier near. December 25, the killers came. No Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids. Churches crushed like brittle bones. Pregnant mother, toddler child. No names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we bled to build. They smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. 25, the killers came. No Christmas cheer. 140 killed in 6,000 run from Plateau Plains. No soldier near. December 25, the killers came. No Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids. Churches crushed like brittle bones. Pregnant mother, toddler child. No names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we bled to build. They smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. It don't forget. It don't forgive. It cries unread. The blood still speaks. It stains the ground, it marks the map, it won't back down. The blood still speaks. You'll hear it now. Not vengeance, just the sound of truth aloud. They gave jobs to those who killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage. Our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters. We call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized. They rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote our stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks. In burning fields, in Boko smoke, in Gwaza's hills. The blood still speaks. In Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pews. The blood still speaks. From girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rod. They killed us slow. They named it war. They blamed it tribe. they close the door. But we know truth, it bleeds then burns, it waits in wells, it always returns. So build your silence tall and proud, our blood will pull it down out loud. The blood still speaks. And it speaks your name. We are still here. We are not the end. We are the witness. The blood still speaks. Oh, 4,998 gone in 1 year. Been who burned 85 in a week. The world's still clear. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains, no soldier near. December 25, the killers came, no Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids, churches crushed like brittle bones. Pregnant mother, toddler child, no names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we bled to build. They smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. It don't forget, it don't forgive. It cries unreal. The blood still speaks. It stains the ground, it marks the map, it won't back down. The blood still speaks. You'll hear it now, not vengeance, just the sound of truth aloud. Killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage, our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters, we call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized, they rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks. In burning fields, in Boko smoke, in Gwaza's hills. The blood still speaks. In Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pews. The blood still speaks. From girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rod. They killed us slow, they named it war, they blamed it tribe, they closed the door. But we know truth, it bleeds then burns, it waits in wells, it always returns. So build your silence tall and proud, our blood will pull it down out loud. still speaks. The blood still roars. It shakes the dome. It breaks the floor. The blood still speaks. From every name you failed to say, still flames remain. The blood still speaks. Not for revenge, but for the king. The bitter end will not be this. Will not be shame. Will not be silence. Will not be blame. The blood still speaks. And it speaks your name. We are still here. We are not the end. We are the witness. The blood still speaks.
Now, the whole issue about Nnamdi Kanu's matter beggars a lot of questions and defeats a lot of logic, because a lot of people, even Nnamdi Kanu himself, had continued to say it, even rambunctiously in court, that they should show him the law with which he's being tried. Because by the time many people didn't understand, because all the people who were not privy to the charges and people who were not privy to the goings on in court were at a loss as to why would a man be charged for an offense that is not known to law in a criminal trial. Because a Nigerian statute book says that one cannot be tried for a law of an offense not codified and known to law.
Yeah.
And then
under the principle of fair
hearing,
sections 35 and 36.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like retrogressive action in law when it comes to criminal action. Yeah. We are not a military regime.
What eventually happened in the Court of Justice of Motorshow, could it have been avoided if the matter was handled differently?
Well, I do not know why he debriefed those lawyers. I also do not know why he decided to defend himself. But what is those are now in the realm of history or in the realm of the past. What now bothers many Nigerians was what happened on November 20th, the day he was sentenced, and the day he was convicted and eventually sentenced. And the whole issue surrounding the trial, the whole issue surrounding the conviction and the sentencing, the attitude of the court itself, whether the court followed the law or whether the court followed personal opinion of the jurists, or whether the court, in some people's opinion, acted on a script to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is taken off the streets, in a manner of speaking. Whether Nnamdi Kanu defended himself or not, what to many people is more critical and more important is the attitude of the judge and the justice of the matter. Don't forget that in criminal adjudication, one can only be convicted when there is preponderance of evidence, one, two, and when the prosecution is able to prove the case beyond all reasonable doubt. We are not saying all iota of doubt, but at least all reasonable doubt. And that justice must not only be done, but to be seen, manifestly be seen as having been done. The generality of the public of Nigeria and even the international community do not believe that justice was done in Nnamdi Kanu's case. Don't forget that the issue of treason is a political decision by the state, because treason is an offense against the state. It has been brought to become an offense against humanity. And that is why there is an international convention against treason. And it was to be able to bring it to the level of, to align Nigeria's act with that of the rest of the world, following the UN Convention, that brought to the repeal of Nigeria's 2011-2012 Terrorism Prevention Act, and reenacted in 2022 with implementation in 2023 of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. Now, the whole issue about Nnamdi Kanu's matter bears a lot of question and defeats a lot of logic, because a lot of people, even Nnamdi Kanu himself, had continued to say it, even rambunctiously in court, that they should show him the law with which he's being tried. Because by the time many people didn't understand, because all the people who were not privy to the charges and people who were not privy to the goings on in court were at a loss as to why would a man be charged for an offense that is not known to law in a criminal trial. Because a Nigerian statute book says that one cannot be tried for a law of an offense not codified and known to law. Yeah. And then
under the principle of fair
hearing,
sections 35 and 36.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like retrogressive action in law when it comes to criminal action. Yeah. We are not a military regime. Now...
No, but Nnamdi Kanu was charged under the old law.
Under the old law?
Terrorism.
He was charged under the 2020...
No, not under 2022. Under the older law of
2011. 2013, yeah. Not 2022, 2013.
2013.
That was repealed.
That's the old law.
The old law that was repealed in 2022.
Yeah, but so, the new law will not take effect. That's why Chief Awomolo SAN is saying that the punishment is death penalty. He was quoting the old law, and that the accused person was charged under the old law.
The accused person was charged under the old law. Don't forget that that charge under the old law got extinguished in October 2022. When
but the law, you yourself just said it, cannot have retroactive effect.
We cannot have retroactive effect.
Those are issues they will resolve at the level of appeal.
No. There is one major issue that is even on the open. Okay. Because in the first instance, don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu had earlier been acquitted by the Federal High Court before the federal government went to Court of Appeal. And every moment an accused is acquitted, discharged and acquitted, he goes home from the court. He can only go back to the prison or to wherever he was detained to collect his personal items. If he doesn't want, he can abandon them there. If he doesn't want, he can go from there to his house. If he doesn't want, because at the end of the day, the federal government refused to release him. So at that point of that discharge and acquittal in October of 2022, the court became functus officio. So you can no longer hold on that old law. But by the time you saw the judgment from the Court, court, it was referring to the 2013 charge. So that became a very, very strong issue against that judgment and against the entire procedure. Okay. There are so many other issues which time may not allow us to explain.
These are issues that can be worked out when the matter goes to the Court of Appeal. Aloy Ejimako has already said they will go on appeal. Yes, and that by Monday, tomorrow, they are going to file.
He has a whole 90 days. We think we to do so.
However,
so he
the
can
thing
do that
to
at
note
any
is
time.
that Justice Omotosho even said, he was tampering justice with mercy. He was not applying the full teeth of the law. However, what do you think is the way forward? And don't you think that the matter was even complicated by the conduct of the accused person who discharged his own counsel? I mentioned the very senior lawyers who know the territory. Now, in this same case, what's his name now? Ozekome, SAN, was involved. Kanu Agabi, SAN. Paul Erokoro, SAN. Ikpeazu, SAN. These are people who know the law, the in and out of it, who could have provided a different kind of pathway and who could have handled the matter. But where the accused person abusing the presiding judge, and you said, the presiding judge is a problem. What do you expect his lordship to have done in a situation whereby the accused person took over the proceedings of the court and questioned his integrity, questioned his... So what the judge did eventually in the 144-page judgment that I have seen is that he just applied the law. Simply.
Dr. Albert, you may say so, the judge may claim so, but the judge committed what majority of the people describe as a travesty of justice, and I tell you why.
No,
Wait, I mean, look,
don't
he's
quote
a-
mob
no,
opinion.
no,
You are a lawyer.
He's not
Don't quote
he's
the
not
mob.
a mob opinion because there are the facts are there. The judge jumped into the arena. The judge even usurped the office of the executive.
How?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
It does not lie in the purview of the court to decide where a convict will be kept. The very moment you decide, you give it your judgment, you become functus officio. It is the duty of the executive to determine.
Which means that the matter has ended.
Yeah, the matter has ended.
Yeah,
It's the duty of the for the judge to
That's
say
what
he has
functus
to be,
officio
yes,
means.
for the judge to say he has to be kept in a certain form of confinement. He's jumping into the arena. He's overreaching his office.
Was it the
So,
judge that said
it
he
was
must be taken
no,
to
no,
Sokoto?
the judge said so, and possibly for them to have taken him to Sokoto, they may be obeying again the order of the court, which of course is an illegal order because he has become functus officio.
No,
it is
but
not
I
the
didn't
duty.
see Sokoto prison.
It is not the
in
duty
in that judgment.
It is not the duty of
No, is it stated in the judgment?
No, Dr. Abati, it's not the duty of the judge to say where he will be kept.
No, is it in the
Meanwhile,
judgment?
no, it's not in the judgment.
Have
But
you
he
read
said,
it?
No, but he said so in the judgment that
He
he'll be
said
kept.
it should be taken to
He
Sokoto.
didn't say Sokoto. He said in a special confinement. He said so. So, and people were asking, would he be taken to Robben Island in South Africa or Guantanamo Bay in Rhode Island in America, since they wanted him to be completely out of circulation? The judge, in his wisdom, may be thinking that keeping him in an environment where people can have access to him, that people will be coming to visit him, and of course people will be going to visit him. And now the government are now throwing him to Sokoto. What is the basis for throwing him to Sokoto? That is one. But leave that for the executive to answer. But you can query the judge for making such statement because it does not lie in his purview. Again, the injustice done against Nnamdi Kanu
Was that part of the ratio or part of?
It was part of the angst you mentioned that he insulted the judge.
No, I didn't say.
No, he said that he insulted the judge in the open court, the presiding judge, and I now ask if anybody misconducts himself in the court, is it not contempt?
No, but
contempt in the face of the court.
but that judgment
So it
did not
cannot come in any way close to issue of terrorism. If the judge felt he was insulted,
Whatever the judge may have said, obita.
the same way
immaterial.
is good. The same way President Muhammadu Buhari now converted ordinary law of thought to a criminal offense. Nnamdi Kanu insulted Buhari. Yes, it's open. He called him all sorts of names. He has the reasons for calling him all sorts of names. We criticize such calling of names because he was our president. But we have a law that says if I insult you, Dr. Abati, you take me to court. It's a civil offense. It can't be a crime that he insulted the president, and now the president now turned it to become terrorism. Now, another issue that very important, another issue that still keeps hanging on is if you look at all the counts, the 7 counts, a lot of them will be talking about his broadcasts. Almost about 5 of the charges talk about his broadcasts. And that is why his lawyer said, how has Mayor Puffy word of mouth amount to terrorism? You know that when you are talking about criminal issues, you are talking about the actus reus and the mens rea, the reasons and the action. If
The mind to commit,
and then the act itself, committal of that act. Where is the committal of the act, and where is the mind to commit the act? What he did was he insulted the authorities because he possibly felt that he was not getting what he expected from the system. So these are all the issues that will come on appeal at the end of the day.
Don't let us reopen the case. All these elementary things about criminal law, let's put them aside.
Yes.
The matter has already been determined now at this stage. What is the way forward? What do you recommend?
No, but first
as counsel.
No, it's very simple.
Were you part of?
No, I was not part of the legal team.
So, what do you recommend?
No, it's very simple. They will go on appeal.
Yeah.
And they have to go on appeal timeously because our law
by
says,
Monday.
Our law says he has 90 days to appeal. But the legal team is up to the task, and they said they are not going to waste any time. But another thing that is important is that now that the written judgment is out, they get certified to a copy of the judgment and they begin to prepare sift through it, bring out all the grounds of appeal, and then go ahead and file the appeal. And that's all. That is the only way forward. And the next way forward is to appeal to Ndibo to take it easy, that this injustice cannot stand. So there's no need trying to get agitated. There's no need trying to resort to self-help. There's no need trying to injure ourselves or injure the people, all in the name of getting angry. Because the law, yes, is an ass, but the same law will be utilized to right the wrongs that have been done against Nnamdi Kanu. I say this advisedly and without any fear of equivocation, that the federal government of Nigeria has not handled Nnamdi Kanu's matter in a judicial.
So what do you advise
with
the
justice.
Nigerian government?
The Nigerian government, if I am to advise the government, this time around, the buck now stops on the table of the CNC. The CNC has now, when he pardoned some criminals and Nigerians raised their voices, and people said, oh, why are you not pardoning Nnamdi Kanu? The handlers of the federal government, of the president said the matter is still in court. Today, the court has discharged the matter. Now, the executive can now take over and apply the prerogative of mercy. It is completely at the discretion of Mr. President. And if I'm to advise him, I'll ask him to do so and calm frayed nerves so that we'll begin to limit the challenges of insecurity we have in Nigeria. It is mounting all around the country. Let us not add to the problems. It's like pouring fuel into a raging fire.
James, and I want to thank him. February of 2024, he had a very important hearing on Nigeria and other advocacy throughout that time. So the floor is yours.
Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for your personal invitation, for your leadership, and for your friendship. I'm honored to be back.
Chair recognizes Mr. Chair recognizes Mr. Hussein.
Thank you, Chairman Smith, and I'm going to deviate a little bit from my written.
James, and I want to thank him. February of 2024, he had a very important hearing on Nigeria and other advocacy throughout that time. So the floor is yours. Mr.
Chairman, thank you so much for your personal invitation, for your leadership, and for your friendship. I'm honored to be back. Psalms 96:14 asks, who will rise up for me against the wicked? Who will take a stand for me against evildoers? Nigeria is facing one of the gravest religious freedom crises in the world. As the former chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee on Africa, I have visited and have seen firsthand the direness of the conditions in what is now the deadliest place on earth to be a Christian. They are targeted, displaced, and killed simply for their faith. The ancient plea, is there no help for the widow's son, still echoes today. Since 2019, nearly 17,000 Christians have been killed. In the first 7 months of this year alone, hundreds more were murdered. On June 13th, during the Yellowwater Massacre, more than 280 Christians were slaughtered in a single day. These are not isolated tragedies, but a sustained pattern of religiously motivated violence, often ignored or even enabled by the Nigerian government. Extremist groups like Boko Haram, Fulani militants, and ISIS West Africa attack often without any meaningful intervention from authorities. The lack of response has created an atmosphere of impunity where Christians continue to live in constant threat and fear. The United States has previously recognized this crisis. President Trump not only designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern during his first term, but redesignated it again in his second term after President Biden inexplicably removed that designation. Religious persecution is tied to political repression and weakening institutions in Nigeria. Example, the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a clear example. In 2022, Nigeria's Court of Appeal struck down the charges against him and ordered his release. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also called for his unconditional release. Yet he remains in solitary confinement, in deteriorating health, and recently had to represent himself in court. Nigeria has signaled that the law is optional and targeting Christians is fair game. Just hours ago this morning, despite the pleas and cries of the Nigerian people and many Nigerian lawmakers, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on all charges. For fiscal year 2025, the U.S. has requested nearly $8 billion for sub-Saharan Africa. But when Americans see political prisoners, judicial defiance, and the slaughter of Christians, they understandably ask as they meet their own struggles, why should our tax dollars support governments that refuse to protect their own people? Is our aid aiding a genocide? Nigeria is a nation of tremendous potential, but that potential is being choked out by violent persecution of its Christian population. No country can build a stable future where churches are burned, believers are killed, and communities live in fear. The United States must stay engaged, and Nigeria must change course now. Mr. Pratt, a direct question. Do you believe, in your professional assessment, that the government of Nigeria has been infiltrated by jihadists?
I do not believe that the government of Nigeria has been infiltrated by jihadists.
Okay, because when you look at the selective enforcement of the rule of law, one might question if there are any favoritism or looking the other way when groups are being specifically targeted, despite the fact, as my colleague Mr. Moore mentioned, not enforcing the rule of law with regard to weapons. My next question. How has the Nigerian government reacted since President Trump's country of particular concern designation announcement?
They have taken the designation very seriously. There is a senior delegation here now. They will meet with the most senior officials of the U.S. government this week. And we have already demarched the government in Abuja and here in Washington on the action plan. And I can say that the results so far have been positive in terms of cooperation.
The Nigerian government needs to do more to address this issue themselves, but what measures are being taken to assist Nigeria to increase its focus on persecution, particularly in the Middle Belt?
Yes, thank you for your question, Congressman James. As you mentioned, the Middle Belt is a particular concern. That's where Christians, you mentioned Yalwada, where 250 or 280 Christians were killed, massacred. They were targeted because they were Christians. Churches have been burned there. There have been internally displaced people there. And so we're reviewing all options at the State Department, including Chairman Smith, you mentioned our bureau. We have Global Magnitsky Act sanctions. We have other tools at our disposal as well to make sure that Nigeria, the Nigerian government gets the message that we are serious about the persecution of Christians and other communities as well, but particularly Christians right now who are suffering disproportionately in the Middle Belt.
Thank you for your answer, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for having me again. God bless you, and good luck. I'm here for you.
And the one we are calling Kanu, do you know he has 2 passports? One Nigerian, one British, and he came to this country without using any passport. Do you know he brought an equipment into this country, a sophisticated equipment, and was broadcasting for Radio Biafra? Which kind of government do you want to have?
But we wrote an editorial against it in Premium Times.
What?
Premium Times wrote editorial against his radio station and called on the federal government to stop that.
So he should be given bail to go away. There's a treasonable felony against him, and I hope the court will listen to the case.
Okay, Your Excellency, well,
And the one we are calling Kanu, do you know he has 2 passports? One Nigerian, one British, and he came to this country without using any passport. Do you know he brought an equipment into this country, a sophisticated equipment, and was broadcasting for Radio Biafra? Which kind of government do you want to have?
But we wrote an editorial against it in Premium Times.
What?
Premium Times wrote editorial against his radio station and called on the federal government to stop that.
So he should be given bail to go away. There's a treasonable felony against him, and I hope the court will listen to the case.
Okay, Your Excellency, well,
And the one we are calling Kanu, do you know he has 2 passports? One Nigerian, one British, and he came to this country without using any passport? Do you know he brought an equipment into this country, a sophisticated equipment, and was broadcasting for Radio Biafra? Which kind of government do you want to have?
What we wrote an editorial against it in Premium Times.
What?
Premium Times wrote editorial against his radio station and called on the federal government to stop that.
So he should be given bail to go away. There's a treasonable felony against him, and I hope the court will listen to the case.
Okay, Your Excellency, well,
And the one we are calling Kanu, do you know he has 2 passports? One Nigerian, one British, and he came to this country without using any passport. Do you know he brought an equipment into this country, a sophisticated equipment, and was broadcasting for Radio Biafra? Which kind of government do you want to have?
What we wrote an editorial against it in Premium Times.
What?
Premium Times wrote editorial against his radio station and called on the federal government to stop that.
So he should be given bail to go away. There's a treasonable felony against him, and I hope the court will listen to the case.
okay, Your Excellency, well,
And the one we are calling Kanu, do you know he has 2?
A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate them, and our heroes living as we continue to fight on until Biafra is fully restored. Ise, 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 Ise. Greetings to everyone, and you're all welcome to this.
Quite a large number came.
You're all welcome to this.
You can ask.
Late night broadcast. And when you listen to Buhari, the terrorist that is dying and enjoying himself in the shallow grave, you hear hunger against Biafra. I salute all of you, and you're all welcome. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. It may be late in your time, but as I promised, I will be live on 8 tonight. after the emergency space program. I'm back. And if you want to join the studio, please to speak, or if you want to say something to the entirety of Biafran people to hear you, you can call the number on the screen, or you can join the studio by using the link. I salute all of you. They were from here. So, the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern should be a very big tool and opportunity to anybody who feels that he or she wants freedom. And to the Biafran people, this is time for you to make use of every arsenal that are available to you. This is not time to go back home and sleep. Rather, it is time for you to activate every tool necessary to destroy the terrorist existence of one Nigeria once and for all. Biafra we need, and Biafra we will get. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not back down. He did not assent to every conditions that were given to him to stop talking about Biafra. He stood his ground and said, Biafra is what we need, and Biafra must continue. No matter what happens, you can put knife on his neck. All he stands for is Biafra. All he stands for is Biafra. So if you are a Biafran and you are not going with the same spirit, then it means you have already disappointed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because he said, I will not disappoint you, but you will disappoint me. How will you disappoint Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You will disappoint him in a time like this when he said he is not backing down on Biafra. Then some of you will now go to sleep. If your leader said he is not backing down on Biafra, if your leader decided not to sign any paper or document that were given to him as a condition to stop Biafra independence, that means he has not disappointed you. He has not disappointed you. But you, on the other hand, will show your disappointment to him when you stop what you have been doing to see that the flag of Biafra continue to fly above sea level. I want to congratulate and applaud the Biafran people. Hola.
I did not jump in. I did not jump in. Yes, I did not jump in. They came to my house just to kill me, to kill me.
He not jump in.
And the Igbo man did not jump in. Your own Nigerian army, just to see me there. Your own court said a defendant did not jump bail. Defendant did not jump bail. I need my witnesses in court to testify, to testify. in Abuja. Oh, your uncle ruling my lord. He did not jump. Igbo man does not run. Igbo man must not jump your bail. Your uncle, my lord, said that he did not jump bail. My lord, my lord, my lord. I don't know why my case should be contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria, Constitution of United Nations.
Extradition from Kenya.
Your uncle, my lord, I am dead already, yes, dead already. The only thing that can bring me back is Biafra.
Igbo nation.
This life is meaningless without freedom, real freedom.
Biafra.
African man.
Freedom. Igbo nation.
Biafra. Oh, rise up like the rising sun, Nigeria. Nigeria, divide peacefully. Referendum.
Let them go.
Referendum. Now is African man. Freedom. Oh, Nigeria, uncle ruling my lord. My lord. Your uncle, my lord, I did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run. Real man no jump bail. Why thou prosecute me, my lord? Why persecute an innocent man, my lord? There is God, oh yes, there is a God. The whole world is watching. I did not jump bail. Yes, I did not jump bail. Jump bail. Jump bail. They came to my house to kill me, to kill like Lagos. Let it all get style, let it all get style. Nigerian army came to kill me, just to see me dead. Oh, I saw it, I saw it.
I saw you said.
Defender,
Self-defender. Did not jump bail.
I did not jump bail.
Stand tall, I stand firm.
To defend myself, Nigeria, obey your own court order. I did not jump the bail. They came to kill, oh, extra rendition.
Extra rendition.
I did not jump your bail. I did not jump.
Yes, like I said before I was interrupted, a very big thank you to the Biafran people in the homeland who have shown their readiness and their consistency to see that Biafra is restored, no matter all odds. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was sent to prison. He has been in prison since he was kidnapped, and that is one thing I want everybody to understand. Another pronouncement of imprisonment is nothing new to us. We understand all that. It's just a way of trying to determine the focus and the stand and the resolve of the Biafran people. That is the essence of their Kankaro court pronouncement. They want to see if you are formidable. They want to see if you can stand the test of time. They want to see if you really mean business for the Biafra. They want to put the fear in you and see your reaction and see your stand. But I am very happy and glad to let Biafran people know from abroad that Biafran people in the homeland have taken a stand already without any compulsion. If you are in diaspora, it is now incumbent on you to fund this freedom. Fund your freedom with everything that you have, because Biafran people in the homeland have given you their assurance that they are in for Biafra. They have taken it upon themselves to speak in the language that the Zoo terrorist government understands. Biafra land was under lock and key today, being Monday the 24th of November 2025. They have shown their resolve. They have shown and spoken their stand to one Nigeria and told them the conviction or the pronouncement of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jail sentence or imprisonment or Biafra does not move us. That is what Biafran people have told one Nigeria terrorist today. Biafran people have made them to understand that they are standing jigigbam, jigigbam, and they are giving their full support to BRGI to get Biafra for them. They are not abandoning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in this time, and they are not abandoning the cause of Biafra independence. If Biafran people in the homeland, who bear the brunt of one Nigeria from time immemorial, to this very day have taken a bold stand to declare that they go nowhere, Biafra is here, they stand and fight to finish. How about you? How about you? How about you, a Biafran that is domiciled in exile, a Biafran that is domiciled in diaspora? What is your stand? What is required of you from the Biafrans in the homeland who have spoken already? What we expect to see from every Biafran in diaspora is to bring in all their quota. Bring in all your quota and support the Biafra independence cause. Because Biafrans in the homeland have spoken and their message is final. The people that makes Biafra to stand and for us to check the boundaries and determine the cardinal point of Biafra are the Biafrans in the homeland. Any day they say they don't want Biafra anymore, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone cannot enforce Biafra on them. The Biafra Republic government in exile cannot enforce Biafra on them. When they in the homeland say they don't want Biafra anymore, we will now understand that they want to become slaves to Fulani terrorists. They want to be slaughtered by Fulani terrorists. But for as long as they give us their conviction that come rain, come sun, Biafra must come and they stand jigigbam, jigigbam. What option do I have as a Biafran in exile? All I have to do is to give them all the support necessary to see that Biafra is achieved. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not disappointed us. He has not failed. He has not changed the goalposts. He has not signed any document and abandoned Biafra. He refused to sign any document to abandon Biafra. He refused to play to the script that was given to him. That's why he was asking them, on which law are you trying me? Show me the law in your Nigerian constitution that gives you the right to try me or to convict me of any crime. A crime that is not stipulated in your law. Where and how did you now enact a new law outside of the confines of your own enshrined and coded law. Because Biafra matter is political. Biafra matter is about independence. It's not about somebody embezzle money in Aso Rock. It's not about some a terrorist that entered one community and raped women and children and desolate the community and annihilate the community. Did you hear what Buhari said? Let me play it again. I want all of you to listen very well. Listen very, very well to what Buhari said. Listen very well to what Buhari said. Listen on. Listen and don't be distracted. Just listen to Buhari.
And the one we are calling Kanu, do you know he has two passports? One Nigerian, one British, and he came to this country without using any passport. Do you know he brought an equipment into this country, a sophisticated equipment, and was broadcasting for Radio Biafra?
Do you know he brought equipment to this country, a sophisticated equipment, and he was broadcasting for Radio Biafra? A transmitter is the crime of Biafra voices. They call it a sophisticated equipment. What is more sophisticated than AK-47 that Boko Haram terrorists use in ransacking your communities? What is more sophisticated than RPG and all the armament that the terrorists use when they ravage your communities? What is more sophisticated than the armament that the terrorists use when they are having meeting with federal government of Nigeria? You see them wrap all the weapons on their body. What is more sophisticated than that? But you see, they tell you they don't have problem with the terrorists. Why? Because they are working with them. But they have problem with Biafra because Biafra is seeking a political dissolution of Nigeria. The terrorists are actually working for Nigeria political solution to continue, while Biafra is working for a political dissolution of Nigeria. Are you getting the point? The terrorists are working for Nigeria to continue with a name, but with the sole aim of massacring all of you and turning all of you to what? They are slaves in the name of Islamic country. So the terrorists are working for the existence of the Nigerian presidency so that Nigeria will continue to remain as one. But with that one, Nigeria remain as one is on the condition of total Islamization policy, of changing the country from what you have to a particular sect. So if you don't agree with it, you are all killed. That is why they target the Christians and they eliminate them. But Biafra is working on a political dissolution of Nigeria to see that you have your separate and freedom from a contraption of a one Nigeria that is controlled by a terrorist. So Buhari made you to understand that, oh, the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not an ordinary case. The case of Biafra is not an ordinary case. It is a case that is hanging them on the throat. It's a case that has to do with Nigeria allowing emerging nations to flourish. So they are not ready to allow emerging nations to flourish. That is why a transmitter, which will have to transmit my voice as I am speaking now, for everybody to get the education of the terrorists that is coming to their communities. That transmitter has been seen, that microphone has been seen as a weapon of freedom, a weapon that is being used to free, to emancipate freedom. The weapon that is being used to emancipate freedom is what they see, that if they allow this transmitter, the message will preach and enter the minds and the brains of everybody. And they will now get to know the reality of the Nigerian state. And let me remind you something from this video now, from what Buhari just said. Buhari was against a transmitter and said that is the crime, for allowing him to have a transmitter that he will now speak, allowing him to have a microphone that he will now speak and educate everybody in Nigeria against their evil plan of conquest. So microphone and the education of the Biafran people and the entire Nigerian people, they saw it as a weapon of emancipation, a weapon that will come to educate everybody. So they are afraid. They are afraid of that education. They are afraid of that freedom and the liberation of the minds of people that have been enslaved in one Nigeria. That goes on to this other one. This is Osita Isunaso. I want everybody to listen to him.
Mr. President, the Senate is worried that if the activities of Simon Ekpa, who is issuing the illegal sit-at-home order, is not checked, he may succeed in corrupting the minds of Nigerian youths and turning them against the government of Nigeria. Accordingly, the Senate resolved to condemn the sit-at-home in totality, as well as the nefarious activities of Simon Ekpa, who is the gang leader.
Point of order, the leader of the Senate.
Now, you can see that there is no difference of the playbook of Buhari and Tinubu administration. Buhari's administration was against the transmitter and the voice of freedom that will come to educate every indigenous person in Nigeria against Islamic jihad that is coming, against the conquest agenda, which Mazen Amdekano was educating. So they said the transmitter, the radio, the microphone is going to become a tool of emancipation for freedom. It's going to become educational machine. So they are afraid that you don't come and educate them so that people's mind will not be liberated. Then, after Buhari was taken out, this is the government of Tinubu, and a senator from Biafra land is the one that wakes up to bring the same template which Buhari had expanded on the table and say, you don't have to allow the message of freedom of Mai Simon Ekpa to also start spreading. The same way that Buhari had stopped the message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from spreading from the transmitter, so that people will not get the message of freedom. That the Senate is worried that if the activities, if the message of freedom, if the preaching of Biafra and the jihadist plan of Nigeria is not stopped, if the messages are not stopped against Islamic jihad, if the message of Biafra is not stopped, which is liberating the minds of everybody, we will succeed in educating everybody, and their brains will be reset, and they will come back to understand that there is reality of Islamic jihad on the table in Nigeria. This has been the fear of Nigerian government. It happened in Buhari's regime. It is happening in Tinubu's regime. So I want everybody to understand something here. That before the previous regime of Nigerian terrorist government and the present regime of the Nigerian terrorist government decides to hint on the same template, on the same point of stopping your message of freedom and education to the Nigerian people. They know what they are working on. So when you hear of imprisonment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, imprisonment of Biafra independence, death sentence to Biafra independence, don't be worried. You need to understand that you are fighting a political dissolution of Nigeria for people to be free. So they have to threaten you with death sentence. They have to threaten you with life sentence imprisonment. They have to sentence you with death to hanging. They have to threaten you with death sentence and anything sentencing. Why are they using all those rigorous words? Why are they using all those harsh and bad words? It is to put fear in many of you. It is to put fear in many of you, to see where your resolve is, to see if that will infiltrate your mind, if that fear will capture you, if you will be shattered by that pronouncement, so that many of you will run away and say, oh, I don't want to be in prison. I don't want to be sentenced to death. They will fire me on a barrel of drum that will be put, and then they will tie me up, and then they will say the army should fire me. But you know what? Biafran people from the homeland today have spoken. And in their message, they said they are fully ready to continue every act of civil disobedience to see that Biafra is restored, no matter what happens. They said they are not perplexed. They said they are not moved by any proscription of Biafran people. They said they are not carried away by any pronouncement of death sentence or imprisonment to Biafran people. They said they stand their ground and Biafra must be restored. So Biafrans in diaspora, the ball is in your court now, because Biafrans in the homeland have done their own job by taking a decisive decision, by making it very clear that come rain, come sun, they are not going to abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are not going to abandon Biafra independence. How about you in diaspora? Biafran people believe that you are their voices. Biafran people believe that you are their eyes, you are their nose, and you have their interests at heart. They know that you speak for them in Washington, D.C. They know that you speak for them in Europe. They know you speak for them in UK. They know you speak for them in the entire wide world. That is why we are here. A very big thank you to every Biafran, both home and abroad, that turned up yesterday for the town hall meeting of the Central Region. You guys rock, and God bless you all. And also on Saturday, you also made it rock. And I want to continue to embolden your minds that freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. Every test that comes our way is part of the routine. It is the beauty of the parade. If one part of the template is taken out, it is incomplete. It's like a puzzle. Freedom fighting is like a puzzle. You have to play the puzzle game and fix all the letters or whatever design is there on the puzzle for them to correspond in the right proportion. And it is a step by step. When you make one mistake, you have to reset the puzzle and go back to use a strategy that will work for you to get the final result. Because if you don't do so, you will still continue to get it wrong. But at the end of the day, you must fix the puzzle, and get the correct answer. And the correct design will come out. So, Mazi Namdi Kanu with us in prison or here, he is everywhere. Do not be dismayed and don't be carried away by whatever is happening. It is part of the game. It is part of what we have to do to move forward. If it doesn't happen this way, you will not know that you are actually fighting for your freedom of independence. You must be tested to be trusted. And it is part of what must happen. We are winning. We are winning. And the enemies of Biafra are crying and they are in disarray. You have been to Washington, D.C., and you are speaking for Biafra. You have been to the Capitol Hill, you are speaking for Biafra. You stood in that hallowed chamber, you gave a live testimony of Biafra, and you exposed the atrocities of one Nigerian contraption. You made them to understand what the contraption is all about. You are winning. The reason why Nigeria is running Jigagrida, it is because of the fire you put on the Anyash in Washington, D.C. Some people may not understand how powerful you are until when you have given them a blow. Biafra Republic government in exile was undermined and underestimated. But you know what? Until when you gave one Nigeria a blow on their blockers, you did it from Washington, D.C. That is when they started taking you serious. That is when you now open the media, you now see many media houses writing about BRGI. They are dragging Elias, Moran Global Strategies name. Everywhere you go, you see Elias' name, Moran Global Strategies. They say they are the one lobbying for Biafra government in exile. Everywhere, Moran Global Strategies. Everywhere, Moran Global Strategies. You don't see any other name. They are dragging BRGI, left, right, center, Moran Global Strategies, left, right, center, Moran Global Strategies. Yes. You saw a video that I played where the U.S. congressional hearing happened. And then the congressmen, the lawmakers of America, they were making reference to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case. They were making reference to Biafra independence case as a political case on the table that determines the fate of the Biafran people and the Christians and those that want to continue to answer Nigeria, who are dying by the sword every day because of the terrorists that are taking their lives. Who made that happen? That the congressmen, the lawmakers of America were so educated and informed that they get to understand that this is what Nigeria is doing. They get to understand that this is what Nigeria did to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Biafran people. They get to understand what the UN working group had done and told Nigeria to do on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case. They get to understand and quote to you the date and the time and the year when Nigerian court had pronounced Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is discharged and acquitted, that he is a free man. They get to understand the Biafra referendum. They get to understand the Biafra Declaration of Independence. They get to understand even the time and the minute that Nigerian terrorist government on the 20th pronounced Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to go to prison. They pronounced first that he should be stoned to death. And then later they came back and changed their mind and say, oh, we are tempering justice with mercy. US lawmakers have been educated and informed. Do you all remember that we submitted the congressional testimony to the US Congress in August? That was in August. Sorry, that was in July. That was in July. Ending of July was when the US Congress published it on their website and accepted the testimony. It is available there. So in that very testimony, the issue of Biafra is well detailed. The kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is well detailed. The referendum of Biafra is well detailed. The imprisonment of Simon Ekpa in Finland is well detailed. Everything that Nigeria has done to Biafran people is properly detailed. And the US congressmen and women are fully equipped and following up everything. So, if you presumed that the US congressmen and women are not educated about Biafra and informed, oh, you have made a very big mistake. That is why you guys are all crying in the media and crying from one Nigeria. The cry will continue and it will increase. We want to hear the sound of that cry of Nigeria to be louder. Voice of the cry of the Nigerian senators and their lawmakers and governors. We want the cry to increase. We want a louder voice. You can't eat your cake and have it all the time. That is a message to the Nigerian terrorist government. Every day is not Christmas. Please tell Nigerian terrorist government and their leaders to get a bigger painkiller, because BRJ is cooking something bigger than what they can understand. We are cooking something bigger than they can understand. The last one that they saw shocked them. So this one that is coming back, this one will be extra pro max. So yes, the next food that Biafran government in Israel is preparing for them, this one is going to be extra pro max. So let them get ready. I wish to appreciate all Biafrans and to give them the encouragement that they deserve, because freedom fighting is not a moi thing. So remain resolute, remain strong and steadfast. You are winning the game. If you were not winning one Nigeria, the cry would not have been so loud. They call you online. They call you online. They call you online government, or they call you Facebook government. But what you guys have done as Biafrans is more than those that have their visibility on ground. Another thing you should ask yourself is, why is it that you, as Biafran people, have been able to protect your babies, women, and children and make Biafra land the safest place? Biafra land has become the safest place in the contraption of one Nigeria. You see, on daily basis, you see 200, you see 300, you see 150 kidnapped in Nigeria. So I ask a very simple question now. Why is it that they kidnap of 200, 300, 500? Why is it that that kidnapping is not coming from your land? They said Biafran people case that they have been sentenced to death. They have been sentenced to life imprisonment. Why is it that Biafra land now is not where the Fulani terrorists are kidnapping people? Because we don't give them the free ground to do the kidnapping. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to death, sentenced to life imprisonment. Biafra was sentenced to death, sentenced to life imprisonment because of what? Because you don't allow Boko Haram terrorists to come and kidnap your babies, women, and children. Because you don't allow Boko Haram terrorists to kill your children, kill your women, kill your men. Because you form a defense mechanism opposing the terrorists of one Nigeria. Biafran people, why are you stopping Boko Haram terrorists from killing your babies? Biafran people, why are you stopping Boko Haram terrorists from kidnapping your babies? Just like they are kidnapping in Niger State and Borno, Sokoto and Zamfara and Plateau and Benue. Biafran people, why are you stopping Boko Haram terrorists from kidnapping your babies, women, and children? Do you know that it is because you are stopping Boko Haram terrorists from kidnapping your babies, women, and children of over 300? It is because you form a defense mechanism. You have Biafra Liberation Army. You now stop Nigerian terrorist government from kidnapping your babies, women, and children. That is the reason why they want to stone you to death. That is the reason why they say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must die. That is the reason why they say every Biafran must die, because you are defending Biafra babies, women, and children. You are stopping Nigerian terrorist government from killing your own. Dominion, are you sure you are a Biafran? Golden Dominion, you say, what are you going to do as Biafran? We are just tired of this mess called Nigeria. If you are a Biafran and you are supporting this Biafra freedom, you will not be asking that question. Because it is because of your formidability as a Biafran. It is because of the defense mechanism that you have put on the ground as a Biafran that has made you to become the endangered species to Nigerian government. Have you asked yourself the question? Boko Haram terrorists are kidnapping babies now, kidnapping women, kidnapping children from their schools and churches and even marketplaces. So why is it that you, as a Biafran, set up a defense mechanism, set up an army, and that your army, you told that army, don't allow Nigeria terrorists to kidnap our babies and women and children, or kill every terrorist that come. And that your army has been killing all the terrorists. So you don't have records of your babies, your women and children kidnapped as it is happening in Niger State, as it is happening in Borno, as it is happening in Zamfara, as it is happening in Benue, as we speak. So Nigerian government are angry. Did you hear the message I played from Buhari? Buhari said that bringing transmitter to speak and educate Biafrans is a treasonable felony. Tinubu government said if they don't stop us from continuing to preach Biafra, that we will come and reset the brain of everybody in Nigeria, and they will come to understand that Nigeria is dead, and that they will come to understand that there is a plan of jihad to come and take over everybody. So they say the Senate, we must do something to stop Biafra people because they have a salvation message that will come to save everybody and stop this jihad. So jihad is a plan of the federal government of Nigeria. So when you see the sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or a death sentence or life imprisonment, they are not talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are talking about you as a Biafran. They are pronouncing death sentence to you, life imprisonment to you, which is to carry it as a mark, as a Biafran, so that you will not be able to open your mouth and talk again. Why? Because your message has been different. Your message has been to educate Nigerians, one, about the coming of the jihad. Two, for every state and indigenous to stand up and think of what to do for themselves, how to emerge as a new nation, get a defense mechanism to be able to protect your babies, women, and children. So they are now doing the mathematics. They check out and see that since Biafra people formed Eastern Security Network in 2020 and later formed Biafra Army in 2023, that they have been able to set a defense mechanism, a brick wall that rebounds and repels every terrorist that comes. They don't allow the terrorists to penetrate. Every terrorist that comes that want to enter Biafra land, they kill them out, cut them out, cut them out. So Nigerian government are very angry that you don't allow the terrorists to invade your land and to replicate the kidnapping that is happening in Benue, and to replicate the kidnapping that is happening in Zamfara, and to replicate the kidnapping that is happening in Plateau, and to replicate the kidnapping that is happening in Borno, to replicate the kidnapping that is happening in Kaduna and Kano, and Niger State and everywhere. Now, in Yoruba land, they said they have entered all their forests and they are standing by to launch attack. So when you see Nigerian terrorist government doing what they are doing, it is because of how your security formation of Biafra Defense Forces has been. Now let me explain something on the screen, so that for some of you that are not following, you will get the message now. Now, I want everyone to look at the screen. Look at the screen, everyone. Now I want you to look at this screen and then tell me what you see on the screen. What do you see on the screen? I believe you can see the name of the school. They say Catholic Diocese of Kontagora kidnapped students and staff of St. Mary's Catholic Nursery Primary and Secondary School, Papiri, Akwara Local Government Area, Niger State, Nigeria, as at 24th November 2025. Mind you, they said 50 or over 50 of the children that were kidnapped in this school, they say over 50 have escaped from the hands of the terrorists and returned, which is still unverified. But now, they brought out this list and now showed you the people that are still remaining in the hands of the terrorists. They say the total is 265. But I now want you to look at this part of the list. This part of the list here is showing babies from nursery 1, babies from nursery 1, babies from nursery 1, babies from nursery 1. You know, yesterday when I was explaining something on air, or a day before yesterday, some people did not understand. But now this list, it's good that this list comes out. You can see the names of the babies, the children that were kidnapped in those schools. Now, for a child to be in nursery 1, what class or what range of age does a child need to be in nursery 1? Oh my God. Hey, how many? Let us see. How many children or babies here are in nursery 1 and 2? Nursery 1, that is from 1 to 39. From 1 to 39. From 1 to 39. They are all in nursery 1 and nursery 2 classes. Nursery 1 and nursery 2 classes. These are the names of the babies. From 1 to 39. They are in nursery 1 and nursery 2. What is the age of your child? As sharp as the brain of that child is when that child is in nursery 1. What is the age of your child? As sharp as that child is when that child is in nursery 2. What is the age? So you now understand that your babies of 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You now understand that your babies of 3 years, 4 years, 5 years are the ones that are in the hands of the terrorists. And you are sleeping in your house. And you are working comfortably. And you are having meeting with Tinubu. You are having meeting with the governor of your state. While a baby of 3 years is in the hands of Boko Haram terrorists. What is the essence of picking a baby of 3 years? What is the essence of picking a baby of 4 years, 5 years, 6 years? What is the essence? Why pick a baby of 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Can somebody explain? Very hard to explain, right? But this is what you need to understand. A baby of nursery 1, nursery 2, nursery 3. No, it is nursery 1, nursery 2 class. It is not even up to nursery 3. It is nursery 1, nursery 2. 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 How many of you have children in nursery 1? How many of you have children in nursery 2? How many of you have children in primary 1? How many of you have children in primary 2? What are their age range? What are their age range? Nursery 1, nursery 2, what are their age range? Nursery 1, Nursery 2, what are their age range? This is the barbaric act that people commit, and then they can go back to sleep and sleep comfortably. Nursery 1, Nursery 2, your babies are in the hands of Boko Haram terrorists as we speak. The babies that you carry in your womb for good 9 months. Some carried for 12 months, some carried for 2 years, some carried for 15 months. And that baby is in the hands of the terrorists. And you are comfortably relaxing in your houses. So, Biafran people, you are being targeted because of your resistance that you have meted against the terrorists of one Nigeria. For the fact that you don't allow them to kidnap same way they kidnap your babies, women and children. The way you have brainstormed and defended your Biafra land is the reason why they cannot turn their eyes off you. And so this is what you need to understand. So you need to continue to fight, 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 fight until Biafra is fully restored. I salute all of you. And I will rejoin you all tomorrow. Please continue to remain strong and be more formidable and stronger now than ever. Give all your quota. Give all your quota to the Biafra Defense Forces. Give all your quota to the BRJ. These are the only voices that you have, and it is what we do that will bring out our leaders in detention. Thank you so much. And from me from here, it is a very good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good evening to all of you. Ndewo mu Chineke.
I did not jump in. I did not jump in. Yes, I did not jump in. They came to my house just to kill me, to kill me.
He not jump in.
And the Igbo man did not jump in. Your own Nigerian army, just to see me there. Your own cause said a defendant did not jump bail. Defendant did not jump bail. I need my witnesses in court to testify in Abuja. Oh, your own court ruling my lord. He did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run. Must not jump your bail. Your own God, my Lord, said that he did not jump bail. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. I don't know why my case should be contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria, Constitution of United about freedom, real freedom.
Biafra,
African man,
freedom is our nation.
Biafra. Oh, rise up like the rising sun, Nigeria, Nigeria, divide peacefully. Referendum,
Let them go.
referendum. Now is African man, freedom. Oh, Nigeria, own call ruling, my lord, my lord. Your own call, my lord. I did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run. Real man no jump bail. Why thou prosecute me, my lord? Why persecute an innocent man, my lord? There is God, oh yes, there is a God. The whole world is watching. I did not jump bail. Yes, I did not jump bail. Jump bail. Jump bail. They came to my house to kill me, to kill like Lagos. Let it all get style, let it all get style. Nigerian army came to kill me, just to see me dead. Oh, I saw it, I saw it.
I saw you said,
Defender,
self-defender, did not jump in.
I did not jump in.
Stand tall, I stand firm.
To defend myself, Nigeria, obey your own court order. I did not jump the bill. They came to kill, oh, extra rendition.
Extra rendition.
I did not jump your bill. I did not jump your bill. Yes, there is God. The whole world is watching. I did not jump it. Yes, I did not jump it.
Jump in.
They came to my house to kill me, to kill like Lagos. Like it all gets started.
Let it all get style. Let it all get style.
Nigerian army came to kill me, just to see me there.
Oh, I saw it.
I saw it. The defender, self-defender.
Yeah, jump in.
I did not jump in. I stand tall, I stand firm to defend myself. Nigeria, obey your own court order. I did not jump the bill. They came to kill, oh, extra rendition. Extra rendition.